So the School Employees Benefits Board recently announced that on January 1st of 2022, they're going to be auto-enrolling all SEBB covered employees into a long-term disability plan. So this long-term disability plan is coming out as kind of a shock to people, and many people get it confused with the long-term care tax that also starts in January. So other things we're going to talk about in this video: what happens if you already have a long-term disability plan, what are your options for opting out or reducing coverage, or if it's a good idea for you to keep it, or if you should get out of it. So as you can see, we got a lot to talk about, so let's get right to it. So first and foremost, the thing I want to point out is this is a long-term care disability plan, not a long-term care insurance plan. So they're completely different, although the acronyms are the same, LTD and LTC. So just know that if you get enrolled into a long-term care disability plan, you're still going to have to pay the long-term care tax from Washington State unless you got an exemption from that. So they're completely separate programs. So what is a long-term disability plan? Long-term disability is there to help protect your income should something happen to you where you're not able to work. So if you're currently making $10,000 per month and you're to become disabled, on this plan you receive $6,000 per month to help replace your income. Now once you go on disability payments, you're going to keep receiving that paycheck up until a certain deadline. Now that deadline kind of varies depending on when you became disabled. So they're going to look at your age and they have a chart for that. So for people under 61, you're going to receive these benefits up until age 65 or up until your full Social Security age, which is currently 67. So whichever is longer there, or they'll give you up to 3.5 years past that. So if you got disabled at age 60, you could stay on claim up until your full Social Security age. Now, if you're collecting between 62 and 64, you also can get into your full Social Security age. But that age is going to vary depending on your year of birth, anywhere between 65 and 67. Now, past age 65, you can stay on claim for 2 years, and then the benefit goes down by 3 months. After that, once you're over 69, your total benefit period is only 1 year. So remember, this long-term care disability plan starts in January 1st of 2022, and you have until the end of this year to say if you want to get out of it or not. So the nice thing with this plan is you can opt out at any time you want to, even if you miss that December 31st cutoff. You may be stuck paying that premium for just 1 month, but you can cancel this at any time you want to, decrease the coverage as well. If you wanted to enroll in the program, you can also opt to enroll back in. You may have to wait until the open enrollment period, and you also have to go through underwriting to see if you are eligible to be covered. So if you get auto-enrolled in this program, they're not looking at insurability at all. They're just enrolling everybody in a mass wave. So if you opt out, something happens, try to get back in. If you have a medical change, it may disqualify you from getting that long-term care disability plan. If you're finding this video helpful so far, make sure to give it a thumbs up to help spread the word to other state employees. So as far as the costs go, costs are really dependent on how much income you're making and your current age. Obviously, the older you are, the more it's going to cost you. The more you make, that's the more that the insurance company's on the hook for replacing. So that's also going to cost you more. So I put a link in the description below where you can get access to the calculator to see exactly what the costs are going to be. I did some quick quotes for you guys. So someone that's age 35 that makes about $5,000 per month would pay about $12 a month for coverage. Age 60 making $10,000 per month, that's going to run you about $75 a month for that same type of coverage. Now, a common question that comes up is, what if I already have a long-term disability plan in place? Well, if you already have one in place, that's perfectly fine. You're just going to keep it as is. Keep in mind that the premiums may change as they do every year when they renew their rates. Now, as far as whether you should choose to opt out of this or stick with it, kind of depends on your situation. I feel like for most people, long-term disability is a great benefit because should something happen to you, you're not able to return to work. That's a big loss of income, and it can take years to get onto Social Security disability payments. So in order to qualify for a long-term disability plan, all you have to do is wait a 90-day waiting period before benefits start. So it's a lot easier to get money to help replace your income from a long-term care disability plan than trying to get into a Social Security disability program. So the only time I'd ever say for someone to not enroll into a long-term disability plan is someone that's pretty much past the age of their full retirement date. So if you're over age of 65 and still working, chances are if something happens to you where you were to become disabled, you would just end up retiring and never actually use the insurance. If you wanted to, sure you could, but by that time the benefits period is a lot less. Remember, after you're 65, it's only about 2 years, and then it goes down in increments of 3 months after that. So for people that are over age of 65 or very close to retirement, long-term disability may not be as important as it is for younger employees. Now, in the description, I did throw in a couple of links to how to log into your SEBB account, and that's where you're going to say if you wanted to decrease your coverage or wanted to opt out. Remember, you can do that anytime you want to. And there's also a link up there for more of the fine print behind this long-term disability plan, So if you want to read that, that will be in there as well. Hope this video helps you guys out. If you want more information on your state retirement benefits, check out these other videos I shot over here. And remember that your future depends on what you do today.